Obviously, just really, really happy for the guys and the way that they performed tonight. Finally kind of getting over the hump there. Again, it's never easy. I mean, everybody we're playing against is well-coached, well-prepared, talented group. And I thought, we did a lot of good things, especially down the stretch of that game. Came up with some big stops, came up with some big rebounds, scrapped out some hustle plays. And we're able to finish off with some really nice passes and some unselfish basketball. So really proud of the guys. They're obviously excited. It's been a while coming, and we've been continuing to talk to them about continuing to try to do the right stuff, playing a little more mistake-free. And I thought for large majorities of the game tonight, I thought we did that, and it was great to see.
Coach, obviously a big win tonight. Maybe later than what you guys might have hoped, but what is that locker room feeling as of this current moment, do you think?
I mean, it's always great, and I think guys, we've been close, the last handful of games. I think the last 4 we've lost by a combined 13, and you look at a 2-possession game, a 1-possession game, a 2-possession game, a 1-possession game, and you look back and it gives you opportunity to see so many plays that maybe you need to try and execute during the course of a game. And I thought we came out with great purpose. I thought we defended really well to start the game. I thought we came out in the second half, and they kind of were the aggressor. They attacked us a little bit offensively, and then they tried to pressure us defensively, trying to force some action. And it rattled us for a second. Mike kind of settled in. We were able to handle it. We were able to attack it on a couple of occasions and get some easy baskets, which I think allowed us to kind of settle in and feel like we were still in control of the game. But those guys are definitely excited, and everybody contributed. I mean, everybody that hit the court, contributed and made positive plays.
It was a big night for Khalil tonight. Really seemed to bring the energy both in both halves. I mean, how much has he meant to this team, all year as well as last year?
Khalil's been a guy that we've relied on, and I think sorry guys, I think for Khalil, it's hard sometimes because. I know he wants to win so badly, and he's out there playing a bunch of minutes. Sometimes he's playing against some bigger guys, but I thought he was ultra efficient tonight. Obviously, with his shooting percentage, he was on the backboards. He was just really active, and I thought he did a good job, defensively because, there were portions of the game where he was matched up with Faulkner, who's a really, really talented player, and I thought he did a strong job on him, guarding on the perimeter as well.
The team was really able to limit Faulkner, as you alluded to, and really going to get him into foul trouble as well. What was the key going into the game that you really were able to execute, being able to guard him and coming in with over 16 points a game?
Well, the foul certainly helped. You know what I mean? I think he got him almost on back-to-back possessions in the first half, and never was able to really get in the flow. And he's such a dangerous player. He can make threes, he can post you, he can play in the mid-range. He plays bigger than he is. And he just, as an opposing coach, you sit there and when he has the ball and he's in attack mode, it's not always an enjoyable feeling. So, not having him on the floor as often certainly helped us. It allowed us to focus a little more on Work, who again is another excellent player. When those guys both got it going, they're a really hard team to beat. And so not having him on the floor as much, certainly allowed us to be in a better position to win the game.
Coach, earlier in the homestand, we talked about Michael Green taking ownership of the point guard position and being the facilitator of the offense. 17 and a half last 2 games, just won 14 and 5 assists, and really made some clutch plays down the stretch. How have you seen his development just in not only this past week, but the season overall?
He's been spending a lot of time with Mike Isolino watching film, breaking down different clips from games, talking about situational basketball, and it's twofold, right? It's us and him getting on the same page in terms of thought process, and then also seeing areas where maybe he can even make more plays. And I thought tonight, obviously I thought he played a really strong first half. They started to run and jump him there in the second half. They caused 2 turnovers, I guess not 1 turnover. But I thought after that he really settled in. We talked about, we kind of, at the next media timeout, we kind of got everybody on the same page, which gave him some more space to be able to attack, which he did. And he was able to get in the paint there a couple times against that trapping defense, which I think made them kind of be less aggressive because he was able to attack it. So, I thought he did a lot of really good things. He's still continuing to work on his communication. That's something he's just not part of his 100% part of his personality. He's kind of a quiet guy, and I think in order for him to really help us along the way, he's got to become a little more vocal, making sure we're organized on both sides.
After so many games that have come down to the wire and you guys have been on the opposite side, what's the collective sigh of relief for the locker room to finally be able to get this one done and get the monkey off your backs?
Yeah, it was. Guys were excited. They were really excited. I thought everybody felt like they were, a part of the success tonight. A lot of guys made a lot of plays in the moments they were on the court. And it's something we got to build on. We got to build on. I think if you can get that feeling, and you can start to see that things can work if we can execute them well. Especially against a difficult defense that Northern Kentucky plays. They play a true matchup zone, which is hard. You've got to be able to make reads. You've got to be able to react. You got to be able to get to open space. You got to be unselfish. And I thought we did all those things on the offensive side. But more importantly, I thought we battled on the defensive side. Obviously, they're a great rebounding team. I thought a key in the first half to us being able to win the game was they had 5 offensive rebounds like in the first 3 minutes of the game, and then they only had 1 more for the rest of the half. And I thought that really allowed us to, kind of create some stops, create some momentum, build a lead. But those guys are excited in there, and they deserve it. They worked hard and earned it.
You had Jerron Williams close down the stretch for this game. He sort of had the struggles in the past few games. It's important to show that you have trust in him and that he can deliver for you, not just in scoring but in other facets of the game.
Yeah, I mean we have trust in all the guys, and a lot of guys are playing a lot of minutes. A lot of guys are getting a lot of opportunity, and they got to take full advantage of those opportunities in order for us to become a better team. And Rondo, made some big plays. He got on the glass tonight, 4 offensive rebounds, in some big spots. Enoch got those 2 fouls almost on back-to-back plays, and Rondo stepped in and was able to really help us down the stretch. And so, that's what teams do. That's what you're supposed to do when you're on a team. Your number gets called and you get the opportunity, you're ready and you're prepared to take advantage of it.
Other questions? I kind of want one actually. Like you said before, there's been many close games as of late, especially in this homestand. But you always say had maybe a couple games where you had the lead at one point in those kind of games, but this time you had the lead the entire game. How refreshing might that be?
It's just as stressful. It doesn't matter. To be honest with you, the worst games ever are the games where you get a big lead super early, and then the clock seems like it's going in reverse. Like the beginning of that second half felt like it took 25 minutes, right? There was timeout, there was multiple reviews, there was I said to Deuce at one point, it was the 15-minute mark. I was like, we've been out here for an hour and we've only played 5 minutes of basketball. So the clock can't move fast enough when you have the lead, and you're still constantly working and thinking about what might be coming next and how you can prepare and adjust for it. But our guys just continued to play, all the way through, and I thought that was, what led to the victory. But it is certainly nicer to be ahead than behind.